What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Real Build. I am your host, Bill Ryman, your broker builder. And today I got another solo episode coming at you guys. So with that being said, you all know the routine. Please take some time to like this podcast, go on iTunes and 5-star this podcast. It'll only take you literally 2 seconds. It goes a long way. Also, write a quick review on it. Quick sentence on how great this thing is. I really appreciate it. And for those of you that have liked it and have also subscribed to it and also commented, I really appreciate all of you. And for those of you that listen each and every week, I do really appreciate that as well. So today we're going to do a little quicker episode after a couple interviews that we've had recently. I hope you guys checked those out. They were awesome. Talking about the lumber industry. On the last podcast there, that was a huge topic that's obviously happening throughout the construction world. But today, I kind of want to get into why realtors working with builders is a good thing. And me, being a broker and a builder, I've seen both of these things firsthand. And they go hand in hand. I've talked about this in the past, how both real estate and building go hand in hand. As a broker and a builder, I've been blessed with the ability to help people more than just, getting them a property or building them a house. Doing both real estate and construction have really helped me see what people want in both of these industries from dealing with both sides. And it's helped me go a long way. I'm working with somebody now, helping them find a house, and they're kind of putting their trust in me, their full trust. They're not in town right now. I'm going to actually go today to look at a house for them and preview it. And they're putting that trust in me because of my construction background to help them buy a specific house. This is a $2 million plus house as well. And, because they have that respect, that they know I have a construction background, they know that I've spent time in the construction industry, and I can see things differently than your typical real estate broker or realtor. That's why they're putting so much trust in me to help them make the right decision. So realtors are a big part of our business on the construction side of thing. And I wanted to kind of get into, on the construction side, our expectations when working with realtors as well. And if clients hire a realtor, for the clients listening to this show, and if you're hiring a realtor to get you a certain property, what you should expect as the customer, as the client, when being guided by a realtor. So let's dive into this a little bit. We get a lot of referrals on the construction side from realtors. Realtors are a huge piece of our business. And they always have been. And it's a great thing to have relationships with them and build. So if you're a contractor out there, I highly suggest starting to go out there and build more relationships with local realtors, because those realtors are going to bring you business. Now, obviously, different areas of the country are different as far as, how purchases happen. Like where I'm at, my local area, the customer buys the lot, then we build the house. In some other areas, the customer buys both the lot and the house all in one package. So, but you're always involved with a real estate agent or a sales professional. If somebody's selling a piece of property, they're more than likely a licensed real estate agent. So that's why having those relationships with realtors is so important, but back to the referrals, I wouldn't get these referrals without good working relationships with real estate agents. And how many times I've done transactions with them over the last, 10, 11 years of me being licensed, and let's get into what the expectations are though. So in my opinion, and a good realtor will guide their clients in every aspect of the industry. So, not just with the sale, or not just with the lender, or not just with the title company. They will guide them throughout the process and even after the process too. That's how I do real estate. I've talked about this in past shows. As a real estate broker, I really go above and beyond. Like I had another guy asking me prices for certain things and how to fix them and remodels and how much impact windows and doors are. Having this knowledge on my end has really served me well on the broker side of things because I have that knowledge on the builder side of things. You see what I mean? So a realtor, in my opinion, from start to finish, not just after the closing, should continue to work with the client. And this is what gets into the real estate side of the lot, selling an empty lot, that transaction. After you sell a lot as a real estate agent, you should be continuing working with that client to help them find the perfect builder. There should be no stop to it. Now, in my local area, a lot of builders compensate realtors for bringing referrals to them, which they should, because a lot of these clients wouldn't hear about us if it wasn't for that specific realtor referring us. I've made great relationships with a lot of high-end realtors in our area that constantly send us referrals, and they call me and say, hey, I got a referral for you. I had somebody call me yesterday about another referral to build, and they're going to build a year from now. So it's building those relationships, keeping top of mind as a builder, so these realtors refer you. So going back to that process, though, as a realtor, you should always be, taking your clients to the next step as far as the building side of things after getting them a lot. Now, there's some good now going into the next step, there's some good realtors that know how to do this right. And then there's bad ones too. Let's start with the bad. I've had a lot of realtors that have said we start building the house. I'll tell you some personal experience. We start building the house and they come kind of out of the woodworks here and say, oh, hey, you're building a house for so-and-so. By the way, yeah, I sent them your way and we're already constructing the house. And I go, well, where were you when the initial process happened? And then they're basically coming to us with their hand out saying, well, I should get a commission off that because that was my client. I got him the lot. No. That's not how this works. After we're building the house, you find out about it and you're trying to put your hand out and get a commission that we have to pay you. And so, no. So that's kind of the bad side of things. Another bad is that a realtor, when asked by the client, they are asked, can you give me some referrals as far as builders that you like? And they give them a list of 5-10 builders. Okay, so your client has to go to 5 to 10 builders and figure out on their own who they like. And then you're going to ask that builder, once your client figures it out, you're going to ask that builder for a commission. That's not how it works either. And I've actually had that happen multiple times as well. So on the realtor side, if you're doing these things, you need to step your game up and you need to look deeper into this process. You need to find specific builders that do a good job. So another thing that drives me crazy down here is that a lot of these realtors too, the greed sets in. They will actually refer builders that give them a higher commission percentage, which, okay, they're getting paid more. But this goes back to what I said. This goes back to, obviously, you're working for the best interest of your client. That's number one. The client is always first. Customer is always first, no matter what. We hear that over and over in business, right? But number two, the problem is that they're referring a lot of these builders, the builders that are offering higher percentages than normal are usually newer builders getting started, trying to get more work, and then they don't have the reputation or the experience to, help, or the experience to satisfy a customer or take care of the customer's need. Usually what ends up happening is they're not a very good builder. And this is from personal experience. This has actually happened in my local area where a new builder came into town. These realtors were actually referring this builder because they were offering a higher commission by 1% more than the rest of the the rest of the builders that have been around forever. Plus, that specific builder was undercutting all the rest of the builders in town as well. So put these two things together. you're charging less money to build a house, right? And you're also you're also giving a higher commission to realtors for referrals. So you're going to have to pay those realtors. Now, this is all going to catch up in the end. And I've seen this multiple times being experienced in the construction industry. As long as we have that, eventually this is going to catch up where things slow down, and they will, because what goes up must come down. What is crazy must slow down at some point. We all know this. It's like any market. So they're basically robbing Peter to pay Paul. The job on the back end is funding the job on the front end, and that front end is also paying out these large commissions to these realtors. Now, offering less money and offering higher commissions, what do you think is going to happen eventually? That's not going to be a good thing. So I see this where the greed and all that sets in with real estate professionals, where they just go for the higher percentage on a commission, and they don't think about their customer. They think about basically their wallet. That's what they're thinking about. They're not thinking about the overall satisfaction of their customer. And this goes into this. This reflects on you as a real estate professional. That customer has a bad experience. It's on you. And it should be on you because you referred them. You're taking a paycheck for referring that builder. This is on you. So as a real estate professional, what you should do is you need to research as much as possible. Do your due diligence. Go around to your local builders and figure out who is the best. Look at their ratings, go into their offices, talk to their customers, do your research, learn about who they are. There's another builder that's in with one of the real estate offices on our where I live right now. It's a whole office, and they're all promoting that builder because they're getting a better kickback from that specific builder, not giving their clients another option versus that builder. But believe it or not, there are clients that are very smart out there that they say, I'm going to do my own thing and figure this out. And they give us a call. They call other builders. They see who else is out there to get exactly what they want. And, then that realtor that's working for that specific builder, I've even had them reach out to me saying, oh, that was my client. Yeah, that's a good one, because I know who you referred and it wasn't us. So, anyway, let's go deeper into this. Obviously, that's a lot of the bad stuff happening, and there is a lot of good though, and it needs to happen. Like I said, we need to focus more as real estate professionals on learning who the good builders are and getting them involved with the regular, the builders that have been around for a long time. And so they have a good experience overall throughout that whole entire process. And that's where we come into, if you're going to refer a builder, my opinion on it as a real estate professional is that you should be involved in the process as much as possible. You should go to the initial meetings. And if you go to the initial meetings, don't talk over the builder. Don't tell the builder what to do. Just sit, listen. If your client asks you your perspective on things, then you can talk about it, but just let the builder talk. Let them kind of do their sales pitch as a builder, and you're there to help that transaction take place, because obviously you're referring them. Another thing too, like I said, is that you should narrow down your referrals as far as builders to probably 3 tops, I want to say. Narrow it down, have your client go to all 3 of them on your list. You go with them as well, and just be involved in that process, because they are asking for your input for a reason, because they trust you. As a realtor, you're building the trust in the initial phase of things. You're building that trust right off the bat because you're helping them with that initial transaction. After that initial transaction, you've earned their trust. Now we go into the next phase, which is the build. So they're going to trust you on your opinion on that too. And you don't want to refer a crappy builder that's going to put them through hell, because you're going to lose all that trust. You're going to lose their referrals. You're going to lose all these things that you've built up and worked hard to get. So narrow it down to 3 different builders. That's one big thing that I think should happen, and go to all those 3 builders as well. And then also a realtor should help the client once, like I said, narrow it down, make a decision not based on cost. So when you're talking to your client, they're obviously going to go to different builders. Builders are going to sell them different ways. If they're certain builders might sell them on lower cost and why they're better and they're less expensive builder. No, sell them on the right fit for them. Some people are price driven. There's nothing you're going to change about that. But a lot of people are quality and experience driven, especially in today's market. They just want good experience and they want a house that's going to last with no issues. And they just want that relationship that, and that peace of mind, I should say, that they know that that house isn't going to have any issues later on, and they're going to have that peace of mind. So as you're building this throughout this transaction as a realtor, you're building more trust throughout that transaction, right? So when they go and you stay within and stay involved in the transaction to check with the builder, say, hey, I was with, and the builder's going to know who you are too. So as the process is happening, you make a good relationship with that builder. You can call them and say, hey, what's going on? I just want to check in on the progress of this house over here with my clients. They seem very happy. How's things going? What stages are you at? You mind if I go look at the house? Be involved. So many realtors they're gone. That's it. They get their money, they're gone. They get the money, they're gone. And it just drives you crazy. It drives clients crazy. And that's the difference maker that I've actually done and changed my business, is that I'm involved from start to finish. I do not leave. I'm in front of them as much as possible. That's why I do my home watch business. That's why I constantly build those relationships. I have clients coming to my wedding. How many people do that? So I just got called by a client to list a boat slip, because they trust me. I've sold some of their stuff before. We built them a house too, and now I'm going to sell a boat slip. So, it's building this trust, building these relationships, and continuing them as a real estate professional is so important. Check in on things, see how the project's going after the project, go to the walkthrough with them, continue those relationships. I know so many great realtors that go to dinner with their clients constantly. They're always continuing the relationships and discussions and treat their clients as friends. That's the thing, because these processes are they're not cheap. They're big investments. And if for them to put their trust in you during this is huge. So let's reflect back on this real quick. If you're in the process of helping a builder or helping a client find a builder, what you should do is narrow down your list. Obviously, let's narrow down your list. Start with researching the local builders. Let's start there. Research the local builders in the market. Go to their offices, talk to them, find out who's the best builder, who's been around, who's got the most experience, who's got the most referrals, who's got, just everybody's talking about who builds the most quality and so on. Narrow down that list to at least 3. Then present that list to your clients when you get them a lot. Say, these are the 3 I like. We can narrow it down to 2. Here's my top 2. If you want to narrow it down to 1, this is the one I like the most. I've worked with them in the past, blah, blah, blah. Go to these meetings. Don't speak up. Don't talk over the builder. Don't tell the builder how to do his job during the meetings, because that's one thing I've had that happen with real estate professionals, where they sat in meetings and they were talking over me and telling me basically how I do my job. That's not a good thing. Nobody likes that. So don't do that. Go to the meetings, be present. If you get asked by your clients' opinions, you can be present, help out with the planning, the ideas, and so on. Be involved. So next thing, as the build process is happening, you've built that relationship with that builder. They know who you are because you've been present in those meetings, right? Because you've been present in those meetings, you built that relationship. So call the builder, check in, go to the job site, ask the builder, hey, can I stop by the job site? Just want to check. My clients are very happy. I just want to see what stage we're at, blah, blah, blah. be involved in that process. Talk to your clients about it. This looks great. Wow, I'm so amazed by, your selections are awesome, and so on. From there, at the closing, when they close on the house, you can be present maybe at the closing. Ask the builder if it's okay and say, hey, I want to be there for the closing. Bring your clients a gift, maybe bring the builder a gift because you're doing business together. The builder's paying you as a real estate professional as well for those referrals. Keep building those relationships as a real estate professional. After that, after things are closed, continue that relationship any way you can. It's a friendship. It's not a client. You built a friendship that's going to last. And eventually, if they sell that house, they should be going to you when they go to sell that house. And if they want a new one, they should be going to you as well. They want to sell a boat slip, they should be going to you as well. So all this stuff here is so important, guys. Stop looking at the dollar figures and start thinking about your clients. That's the main thing. As a real estate professional, we are in this business to satisfy our clients. We're in this business to help our clients and help them make the right choice as much as possible. So stop looking at your wallet and start doing the things that need to be done to help them make the best decisions they possibly can, especially when helping them find a builder. So that is today's episode. This was a topic that was on my mind because I deal with it constantly. I have very awesome realtors that refer us every single day, but I have also dealt with realtors that are all about the money. And the first thing they ask me is how much we pay. That's the thing. Get out of that mindset as an agent. Build those relationships with those builders. You are a huge factor in any builder's business. And builders, start getting with realtors. Start building those relationships with real estate professionals as well. You know which the top realtors are in your market as a builder. Go start talking to them. Say, hey, this is our product. We over deliver. This is how we do things. This is how our clients are happy because of A, B, C, D. Start explaining to these realtors why they should be referring you business, because they are a huge, huge, huge part of your business. Huge part. And you need to focus on that. So many builders are guilty of this. They just don't focus on realtors. They think, oh, they're just money hungry. I don't want to deal with a realtor. Why do I need that? I got people coming to me, blah, blah, blah. No. We've gotten a lot of referrals this year off of real estate professionals. I'm very grateful for the ones we're working with. I maintain those relationships as much as possible. I'm even going to think of something I could send them gifts for their referrals and all the things they do for us, because they deserve it as well, because they are a key part of our business. So think about this stuff, guys, and clients going to you guys. Just work with a real estate professional that knows this. If you're looking for a lot, obviously I'm a broker and a builder. So a lot of people hire me to get empty lots because I know the construction process and what goes into them. But if you don't have somebody like me in town, obviously do your due diligence, somebody that's worked with builders, that has experience doing that, that's going to steer you the right way, not just because they're going to get a paycheck, but because they care about you. That's the difference maker. So with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for always listening and checking in. We'll be back to the interviews next week. With that being said, 5-star review this, give me a comment. I gotta drop that at the end. I appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys on the next one.